Re-recording.
And we are live.
And then we give it about 5 seconds. We're going to keep hitting the next
Hold on,
button.
guys. Gotta find a meme.
Not only are we late, but we're unprepared.
Yes.
It's
Late and unprepared. What could be better?
Apple not spying on you. That could be better.
Hey, you're live.
Woohoo. We're going to do an audio check right fast on YouTube.
Oh. Yep, so as you can see, our audio is
Hopefully way better.
good. Just like it was last week, the entire stream. And our background is good. Just like it was last week.
Whoa.
Our preparation is not great.
Well, not as good as last week.
We'll see about our memes.
Oh, our memes are going to be perfect.
Speaking of which, I'll be right back.
So the fun news topics we got today are Oppo doesn't want you to take selfies anymore, and they're selling cell phones with pre-cracked screens, as I like to call it. Apple wants you to do more private things with their devices around. Leaks are happening where Apple is watching you, and more importantly, listening. Sony is trying to get into a new market, I guess. Wearable AC units. It's different. Contact lenses have been developed that have a special feature. You can be more like your DSLR camera now, except not taking pictures.
And more subtle.
Google is going out into the streets and is much more upfront about you having no privacy. Hey, here's a new topic you put in.
Yes.
Google Pixel 3a.
We've been talking about this phone.
Oh, yeah. They're selling all like hotcakes.
Yes.
Thanks to my advertising of how good they are.
Yes.
It is me alone that are selling these. Ring, the security doorbell, is wanting to work with police stations more. And then Instagram influencers are doing more Instagram influencing things, which will be exciting to get opinions about.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Mostly the bad. So what topic would you like to start on?
We can start up at the top with Oppo.
Perfect.
So we've talked about actually curved phone screens last week, and your dislike
Yes.
of curved phone screens.
Here we go. Oh, we need to get back on the stream page.
Oh, perfect. Yep. So there's the phone. You can see how it kind of warps around, or waterfalls is their catchphrase.
What a
Waterfalls around the
marketing
edge. And we were talking about it last week, and Jake's problem with the curved screen is that it cracks really easily. Because even if you set the phone down, you know, if you have a phone like this with a little bit of a bevel, the screen never touches. But with a phone like that,
it's really hard to protect because you only got two edges that are on the far sides to
and finding a case to fit it, or a screen protector.
Yeah,
I guess was your big point.
Yeah. So I ended up going with a little jelly case, but I would have liked to have more of a not an OtterBox. I don't want something that thick.
Yeah,
but more substantial.
Yes.
So that when I do drop it, even on carpet, there's no worries.
Yes.
But it looks like Oppo is going the route with the curved screen.
Yes.
And, you can see on this picture here where it's curving all the way around the edge.
And other than the screen, it seems to be a very minimalist design. So no selfie camera, no apparent power button, or volume up and down buttons.
There would have to be a power button. How else would you turn on and off?
There may be on the top or the bottom.
Okay, yeah.
And then for the volume buttons, some people are thinking that maybe they'll have some kind of touch buttons
software
on the side. Yeah, a software like touch button on the side, which would be interesting.
Okay. It is in the article here. Oppo has been working on an under-display selfie camera, which might be in the final version.
So that may be reason there's not a selfie camera on this
picture. But yeah, in the current picture, they haven't gotten it working yet.
And then they were saying that having an in-screen camera would make it a lot more water secure than having some kind of pop-out camera that like slides out from the top.
Oh.
I think maybe one of their previous phones had a camera that popped out like that.
Yeah, I
The
think it was
Oppo
Oppo.
X is mentioned in here. Let's see. Maybe not. Maybe it was a different phone.
Yeah, but it was definitely another phone that has a physical pop-up but
Yes.
selfie camera. Which it's a cool idea, but I don't like it personally.
Yes. It's just something else to break.
I think the only way you can use one camera for the front and back is one that's motorized on the inside of the phone, and it actually rotates the camera inside the phone.
Under the glass.
So there's just two glass lenses on both sides. But then you're talking about a thick phone.
Yeah.
It would have been just as easy to put two cameras back to back.
Yeah. Oh.
That's all I got real to say about the Oppo phone.
So you're not going to be getting one?
Not even close. These are terrible designs.
Speaking of other phones, let me see if I can find this article before I talk about it.
We're jumping all the way down to the
No.
Pixel? Okay.
Not selling. I saw something about T-Mobile. Yep, here it is. I'll post it in the doc. So T-Mobile said that they don't want to sell the Samsung Galaxy Fold
There it is.
when it's re-released.
Oh.
It will still work on their networks, but T-Mobile won't be selling the Galaxy Fold. So it looks like T-Mobile is trying to stay away from this kind of
now
whole
trying to avoid having to deal with customers who are going to break the Galaxy Fold.
Yes.
They're seeing it as a toxic phone almost. Like kind of like when the Galaxy 7
like when they were catching on
up.
fire, yeah. Yes. T-Mobile just wants to stay away from it, which I don't really blame them. But I thought that was interesting.
It is nice that they are still going to allow them on their network.
Yes.
But it would also be super foolish to not allow it on their network.
Yeah, kind of counting yourself out from some money there.
Yeah. So why not?
Yeah. Speaking of, like, fragile screens,
yeah.
I figured I had to mention that article.
Apple is the last AI assistant to now be caught.
Yep.
With just recording everything you say.
So earlier on this year, we talked about how Google tracks you through using the Google Now feature, or when you're using your voice to search for things, such as on Google or Google Maps. Those recordings are actually saved, and you can go back and listen to them.
Oh, yeah.
That's Google. And then Amazon's been in the news for it a lot recently.
The exact same thing where it was found that all the recordings were saved, even without the keywords, or with the keywords farther in the recording than what you would think is allowed.
Yes. And now Apple's Siri is having the same problems.
Yep. This is on the New York Post. It just records you pretty much doing everything you can imagine a human doing. There's a much longer report. I forget the website it's on. The Guardian. Sure, thanks. They hear everything.
Hear patient information, drug deals, other things.
Which I'm curious because Apple is more of a top tier product. It's people with the money to spend are going to use it.
Yeah.
I wonder how many doctors have Apple Watches.
Probably a lot. And the articles mentioned that this happens most frequently in Apple Watches and some kind of Apple Nest Pod. So it happens more often with an Apple Watch rather than a phone. Maybe that's because people have the watch on them more often.
Yeah.
Maybe that's because
or
your phone's in your pocket, or they're activated more often, or maybe just the software is not as well built because it's running on a less, high-functioning device.
Here's part of The Guardian. Accidental activations led to the receipt of most sensitive data that was sent to Apple. Although Siri is included in most Apple devices, The contractor highlighted that the Apple Watch and the company's HomePod smart speaker was the most frequent sources of mistaken recordings. So yeah, you're right on that.
Yep. So again, it says you can definitely hear a doctor and patient talking about medical history of the patient, or you hear someone in a drug deal. But yeah, sensitive data getting out.
Yeah. And because we kind of expected this with Amazon and Google a little bit. Like Google was the first one, so it was like, oh, they're actually not as good with your data as you thought. And then everyone expected it with Amazon. Like, oh, if Google's doing it, so is Amazon. And then Apple doing it surprised me a little bit more. But simply because Apple, on their website, Apple products are designed to protect your privacy against third parties, I guess.
Not from Apple.
Not from Apple.
But interesting, because a lot of the people listening to these recordings, it says, are third-party contractors.
Yeah. And I wonder if that's to help protect Apple themselves. To say, oh, it's a third party that's listening to your data, not us. But we're giving it to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
You're never alone. Big Brother's watching you.
As long as you keep your phone charged. Oh, man.
Let's see, what was this? Oh, yes. We're in the South, and it's been pretty warm around here recently.
Which is an understatement. It's been really hot.
We have air conditioning in this room, but if you're out walking around, maybe at the park, or at work, or
just about the only places you go outside.
Basically anywhere that's not cold.
Yeah.
You could have a portable air conditioner with you at all times.
Sony is on Kickstarter, or at least crowdfunding, a wearable air conditioner. You think someone as big as them wouldn't need crowdfunding?
Yes, you would think that if they believed in their product,
they would invest in it.
They would invest in it and reap the profits.
But they're creating a little portable AC unit. Here's a picture of it here. So it's about the same size. It's a little bit smaller than whatever smartphone this is.
Okay.
But when they were showing in people's hands, I compared it to about the size of a pack of cigarettes, it looked like.
Okay.
But then everyone's doing smartphone comparison. But they're showing that you can put it inside your shirt, and it uses a Peltier cooler.
So Peltier is the, I guess, kind of technology, the scientific whatever, how this works.
Yeah.
And what it does is it takes electrical current and converts one side of the device to really cold.
Yes.
And the other side of the device to
really
warmer.
hot.
So it's almost like a radiator for your body in a way, except it's powered by electricity. It's not just radiating the heat in your body.
Correct.
If that makes sense. It's like an active radiator, I guess.
Yeah.
Be a way to put it.
Sure.
Yeah.
One of the weird things about this is that apparently it's not really meant to be used outside.
Okay.
In the sense that the battery life, Sony is now coming back out and saying, oh, don't expect to use it for 2 hours.
Okay.
So you're not going to use it, going on a run or going to the park for the afternoon.
How long are your runs?
Oh, about
more than 2 hours?
10 seconds, 14 seconds, somewhere around there. Give or take a couple hours. But it looks like it's going to be, as they say here, you'll only be using this in short bursts, but that might be enough for a lunch meeting or a walk to work.
Okay. So to keep you from arriving at work sweaty.
Yeah, and having to take a shower instantly.
Yes. The big downside of this is the availability, it appears. So they say, according to Engadget.com, it is expected to ship in March 2020, but that's only for Japan.
I don't think it's going to come to America.
Ever?
Sony's isn't. I think we're going to get a lot of third-party rip-offs.
I can see that. I think that if it's successful in Japan, it'll definitely come over here.
I'm curious on how many people are going to buy these, use it for a week, and that's going to sit on the shelf for the rest of its life.
The pricing, it says, is about $117. So it's not cheap, but it's not super expensive either.
Yeah, I just don't think it's going to cool people like they expect it's going to.
Okay,
cool.
gotcha.
I could be super wrong, and it could be because of where it is on the back of the chest.
Yeah.
That it's cooling the bloodstream or something, and you're getting a more even distribution of coolness.
Rather than just like someone dumped a bucket of ice down your back.
I think it's going to feel like somebody just took an ice cube and held it against your back, and you got one really cold spot on your back, and the rest of you is going to be sweating.
Okay. I can see that happening.
That's how I see this looking out to be.
That'll be interesting to see. In that case, yeah, they probably wouldn't bring it to the U.S. And I can understand why they want to crowdfund it.
Yeah. Yeah, because no, I first heard this, I thought it was going to be an entire shirt.
Okay.
So you were going to basically be buying like a tank top or something almost. That had like copper,
like an undershirt that had
like copper or some type of air cold dispenser type
Gotcha,
thing.
yeah.
Some way to even it out and not just cold spot in the center of your back. But I'd be curious.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see what Japan thinks of it.
It'll be coming out right in time for the Olympics in Japan.
And the winter. No, wait, when was the release date?
March
March, okay.
2020. So the end of
March
winter.
20. Okay. So that is a good time for it to come out.
Yeah.
I'm curious on how many people are going to pop it open, flip it over, and have a personal heater.
Yeah, I can see that happening too. Because you can use it for cold
and then
in the summer, and then
someone's
warm
going to do
in
it
the winter.
wrong, and it's going to spark.
And catch on fire.
Catch on fire.
And then Sony will be right up there with Apple and Samsung with their devices catching on fire.
Oh, man.
And not just when they're charging.
Yeah. Imagine driving on your car in the highway and your back catches on fire.
That'd be unpleasant.
Oh, man.
Some more technology on your body.
This I'm much more enthusiastic about.
Yes. This is something that I would probably try. So last week we talked about, once it gets, finished. I wouldn't want to be the test dummy. So last week we talked about how Elon Musk is working on some kind of AI that will integrate with your brain.
Yeah.
Yep. And then we were talking about a kind of helmet thing that would go over your head and allow you to control a robotic arm.
Yeah.
If you were paraplegic or wanted to test out a robotic arm, I guess.
Third arm.
But now, who is this?
It is
who's coming out with this?
A university.
A university is developing contact lenses that go in your eye.
University of California, San Diego.
And these contact lenses can detect the movement of your eye to trigger it rather than like using a phone app or pressing a button. It uses your eye motion. So if you look left or right or blink twice.
Yeah. And then from this image here, so we got this image. So it looks like here you have like a small U and a big U for up and up. And you got a little R, capital R for right, right, down, down, left, left, and then C for center. So then you can see on like this image over here, this left, he's looking at the left here.
Okay. So it allows you to use your eyes movement to focus the lens.
Yeah. And
zoom in.
Which is pretty cool.
Which is pretty neat.
I kind of like it. I think it's a really cool idea. So from as far as I can understand this image here.
Okay.
It works by having almost two separate lenses with like some type of center. I don't understand what it is.
Yes.
But to move it for looking more left or looking more right, it's using electricity
to shape the lens in a different way.
Yeah, so you can see voltage on image C here. It's adding voltage here, and it's moving this off center. So voltage off on both puts in the center, and voltage on the left side moves it towards the right. So it's a really cool idea.
Yep, and so that's how it adjusts the focus, and then it detects the movement of the eye by the electrical field in the tissues around the human eye.
Yeah.
So currently, you have to wear a big device.
But I'll say, yeah, it's this.
As you saw in the first
here.
image, there's something that goes like on your forehead, it looks like, which I'm assuming is hooked up to sensors that sense around your eye. But eventually, I guess they would try and move it down to contact lens size.
Yeah, right now it still looks huge.
But I think that'd be pretty cool. I would try it out, just for the heck of it, dude.
I don't like things touching my eyes. I've never worn contact lenses.
I've never worn contact lenses either.
I've refused to wear glasses.
How many fingers am I holding up?
It's like 7.
Whoa. That's a lot of fingers. So we'll see how it works. I do like that it's a university doing the studying and developing rather than Google.
Yeah,
or
it's way better than it being Google.
Yeah. Google or Apple.
Speaking of our Lord and Savior, Google.
How much do you think your face is worth?
A lot more than $5. I mean, right now it's worth 0 because you can't get a sponsor. That's another topic. But Google thinks that you're only worth $5 from the chin up. So they've been doing field research tests here. And they're offering people $5 on the street to take a 3D map of their face, I guess?
Yeah, 3D map and image, it looks like. So this is a way for Google to collect a lot of data points, a lot of very diverse data points for faces to use in their Pixel 4's facial recognition.
Okay. So do you use facial recognition on your phone?
No.
Neither do I. I'd set it up, but it doesn't work. I've also kind of changed my face a lot. It actually worked that time.
Oh, nice.
It never works. It might be the lighting in here is
perfect.
perfect lighting. But no, every time I've tried it, it never works.
Okay.
I couldn't care for it. It's just more work to turn it off at this point than to leave it as it is.
Yeah.
If I was walking down the street and an official Google... It's obvious that it's Google. They've blown enough money on the street corner to know it's Google. Came on and said, hey, for $5, I'll give you $5 if you let me 3D scan your face, take a picture. I would laugh and just keep walking. I would not be interested in $5 to stand there and let someone take a 3D scan of my face.
But that could be the easiest $5 you've ever made in your life.
It's definitely not the easiest $5 I've ever made in my life.
It could be. How long do you think it takes?
I picked up $5 off the ground before.
Oh, really? Okay. There you go.
But what number, cash value, or in this case, I think it was Visa gift card.
Yeah.
So
like a gift certificate. Yeah.
What number would Google have to offer you just walking down the street on a Friday evening?
If you knew it, it's hard to put a number value on that.
Like if you knew it was Google for sure.
It's like you might as well for $5.
Yeah.
I mean, they have pictures of you anyway. It's not like it's...
They don't have a 3D image, though.
Yeah.
Because then they can deep fake you a lot easier.
Maybe. That's true. That's true.
I think I would stop and do it if they were offering $50.
Yeah, for sure. I absolutely would. For $50.
So now what if it's a third party that's not as big as Google? What if Spotify was like, hey...
I'd be like, wow, Spotify, that's really weird that you're working on facial recognition.
Like ear recognition or something.
Ear recognition?
They're like, we need you to take a sound test real fast. Like, put headphones on you. Like,
I might not do that because I'm afraid they're going to blow my eardrums out. That's different, though.
So you're going to take $5 from Google because of the size of the company?
No, because it's $5 and it's not going to come back to haunt me in any way. I don't think. Probably not.
Oh, man. No, I wouldn't do it for $5.
Here is my favorite quote from the article from The Verge, down at the very bottom. I guess if you're going to collect facial recognition data, there are creepier ways to go about it than walking up to someone, giving them a consent form, and straight up saying you're from Google, and that the data will be used for a future Google product. If nothing else, Google's efforts to gather face data at this scale confirm that it is serious about making a face unlock feature that is on par or better than what you can get on modern iPhones. I don't know, it's kind of hard to find a creepier way, actually.
I think if you went to turn on your phone and said
that would be creepier.
And it was like, please 3D scan your face. And then there was just no obvious opt-out button. You just had to turn your phone off, turn it back on, and it wouldn't ask you again. I think that
would, like as soon as you load up your phone.
Yeah. It's like if you restart
as soon as you boot your phone for the first time ever.
Yeah, it's like
you get out of the box, and that's the first setup feature.
Or they push in...
There's an idea now, Google.
They push an update on all their Google devices that makes you do it. So that if you already own the Google Pixel 2, they're like, hey, we need 3D scans. Thanks for buying our product.
By the way, you have no option. Then people would try and fake it. Get like a dummy, a mannequin.
Okay. I was like, I'm pretty sure 3D scan can tell a photo.
Yeah. $5.
Not a chance.
Oh, one thing I did find interesting was this article said that Google had to go outsource and find people on the street to get the diversity that they wanted. And they couldn't do it with their in-house employees because it turns out Google's in-house employees are not very diverse. Where did that link go? Yep, here it is. It's like halfway up.
What's the word?
Isn't going to work.
There it is.
Yep, so here is a picture of Google's recent hires, this year's hires, and their diversity.
And this is for US.
Yep, so you can see we've got a lot of Asian, a lot of white, and then not too many
10% of everything else.
Yeah. So,
it's split closer to even on men and women. I thought it was
closer, but not close.
I thought it was close. Like, I thought it was like 45, 55.
Yeah.
Not 33, 66.
I just thought that was interesting. Because all the big companies now are trying to be more diverse and inclusive. And Google is not.
I'm curious on if they couldn't do this on the internet as like a survey form or something and just asking people, like on the Google homepage, be like, help Google research for 3D face scans. I wonder if doing that would also not be diverse enough.
I think the downside of that is that you probably need to use their hardware to get the 3D scan, as opposed to just a normal image.
You don't think they can do it from a video? Because there's 3D scanning video technology.
I think 3D scanning is going to be more accurate.
Okay, it's probably going to be way more accurate, to be honest. Yeah.
And for all I know, they could be using the actual hardware from the future Pixel 4.
Oh. I didn't think about that, using the hardware that they're going to use in their phones.
But that is definitely different than an image. A video, I guess it could be done, but yeah. Google's doing things differently nowadays.
Which isn't terrible, because Apple seems to be doing it the same way other companies are at the moment.
And that brings us perfectly to our
sponsor spots.
Sponsor spot. This video is sponsored by
Jmart Media and Nephew Tech. Sir Nephew Tech.
Mr. Nephew Tech.
It's Knight Nephew Tech.
Knight Nephew Tech.
I'm knighted.
You're knighted now. Nice.
Not by anyone official.
Just by yourself?
Self-proclaimed knighted.
I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Well, now back to Google.
Yeah.
The phone that we've been talking about for the past 4 weeks.
I've sold almost 30,000 of these myself.
Yes.
I am the reason Google is selling all these Pixel 3As. They're selling twice as many smartphones as they were last quarter.
Yes. Which is kind of interesting because if the Pixel 3a is less expensive, are they still making more money?
Which is funny because then the subheadline is, but Google didn't say what the number was. So
Exactly.
they're embarrassed on how low it is.
Not necessarily.
You don't think they're embarrassed how small of a market they have in comparison to Apple and Samsung? Or
That's
Huawei
true.
at this point? I
Yeah.
bet there's less Google phones than Huawei phones.
Probably. Now, the U.S. could kind of skew that
That is
if you
very
took
true.
that in the U.S., but took that poll in the U.S.
But it's not really surprising that people are going for the mid-range option.
Yes.
Because I think owning a cell phone went from keeping it for 8 years like a car to like shoes.
Yes. Where you get a phone you like and you use it till you're ready for a new one.
Yeah.
Which actually, I wear my shoes out.
Yeah.
And I wear my phone out.
I'll say I wear it till the sole's out of the...
Yeah.
until my toes are open-toed
Yeah,
shoes.
yeah. And that's about how I use my phone, too.
Yeah, I'll use my phone until it's worn all the way out. And then I'm not buying one over $400.
Yeah.
And no waterfall edging. We're getting a flip phone. Probably the Razr. The Moto Razr.
Throwback to the olden days.
Or the newer days. $1,200
$1,200?
for the Moto Razr?
Is this the flip phone?
Yeah.
Wow, it better be a touchscreen one.
Oh, it's the bendy screen one.
Oh, it's a bendy screen? You're going to get a bendy screen?
I think by the time
I got to see this image.
I think by the time there we go. That my phone breaks,
They'll
this will be down
have
price.
it working. So is it two hard screens? Or is it
a
one
folding
bendy
screen? Yeah.
Okay.
What a cool little
Cool
drive.
little jive there. That's definitely how it's pronounced.
Yep, but this didn't shock me at all.
That the Pixel 3a would sell really well.
Really, really well.
Now, if only Apple could learn from Google's phone sales.
Which is terrible because they did, and then they unlearned it.
Yeah.
They did it several times, actually, I think. Because they did with like a 5C,
Okay.
and then they did another one. I forgot what it was. I think it was in the 7s. But they had another budget phone. Or they had the 10R, I want to say it was called.
If it was a 10, it wasn't a budget phone.
There's a...
What's the cheapest one cost?
Okay. it's
Over
not-
$1,000?
iPhone 10R.
iPhone 10R. Let's see this.
That's the XR.
Oh, starting at $999. I guess it is under $1,000. Technically.
I wanted to say that it was like several hundred cheaper. I could be very wrong. I was probably very wrong. I look very, very wrong.
I guess this means that Google's trying to move out of just the advertising space.
Which is good.
Because previously, Google's made all their money through advertising, whether it's advertising on their search engine or advertising on YouTube. Now they're moving into actual products, which is kind of cool.
They're still pushing advertising very hard on YouTube with their double ads. I don't
Yes.
know because I'm saved through ad block. But I heard on the news, I'm trying to find it again, Spotify.
Ooh. Is Spotify doing some advertising?
No, they're going the way of Tinder, I believe. With last week, and they don't want to share their 30% anymore.
Oh, so they're getting off the Google price thing?
Yeah, I believe so.
The Google Marketplace? Or the Play Store Marketplace, I guess?
Where was this?
I bet Spotify is already like that. I bet they already do it through their website.
You do?
Subscriptions to their website, yeah.
Yeah, I can't find it now. Heard it. And then you reminded me with the ads.
Yes. I bet they already do purchasing through their website. And their app probably just uses some kind of API with their website.
Yeah, probably.
Amazon back in the news, as always, with Amazon's Ring doorbells. So these are doorbells that you put in the place of your doorbell. And then when someone rings it, you can view the view from the doorbell, because there's a camera in the doorbell. You can view the view on your phone or computer.
Yes.
And talk to the person who's at your door.
Yep, it has microphone and speaker in the doorbell. Apparently, they're working with, I think, 200 police departments. Amazon's surveillance camera brand Ring has partnered with more than 200 departments across the country.
This is actually interesting because earlier on Facebook, I saw a post by our local police department is going to be giving away 2 Ring doorbells. It's like tomorrow they're having some kind of event, or sometime this week they're having some kind of event where...
I doubt they partnered with our police department.
The police department probably purchased 2 Ring devices. Yeah. But the police department's trying to promote, well, first getting to kind of know your neighbors. Yep. So you have, you know, security in just,
numbers and
the people around you.
Yep.
So if a car that your neighbor doesn't recognize pulls into your driveway, they might give you a call, or they might say, hey, that's not this guy, so something's up here. If they see a big moving van coming into your yard and they're carrying your TV out, they're going to be like,
which is really weird because there's been a lot of changes at this house and we've never had anyone. But then I know most of the cars and all the houses around me, and if something's weird, I'll usually just take a picture of my phone and then leave it on my phone.
Like get the license plate and...
I usually can't get the license. Usually I just take a picture of the car.
Okay, gotcha.
Because I'm not gonna...
You're not gonna be obvious about it.
Waste my calories and go out there and take a picture.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it from the window. Like, oh, yep, that was a blue minivan or something. Yeah. That way I just have the memory. But
and then the police are also promoting staying inside and actually looking at the person at your door rather than just opening the door and letting them be able to force their way in, or
even going to the door, because then they know where you are.
True. Yeah. That's a good point.
If you're afraid to go to your door when someone knocks, you should probably find another neighborhood.
But still, it's better to be safe than sorry, and to actually see who's out there.
Yeah, very true.
I mean, if it's a peephole or if it's a Ring doorbell or looking out the window.
So the one thing that had me really curious on this is that Ring isn't the only doorbell option out there.
Okay.
How is it going to work when another company wants police departments to also work with them? Because at this point, Ring is building up a nice little monopoly with police departments and becoming the official police-approved doorbell option. Is everything else going to be considered third party or off-brand at that point? Because the biggest problem with Ring is that it has Amazon's budget behind it.
Yeah.
So it can pretty much do whatever it wants.
I think that if someone were to come out with a cheaper alternative, they could compete with
They can
Ring.
compete with it?
Yeah. Because I think the police department should promote, those devices, not specifically Ring. Because Ring doesn't have anything special necessarily.
Yeah.
At least that I've seen so far. That makes them different from any other
I don't think they are.
doorbell with a camera on it.
And the important part of this is that the police can't just see it, but you can give it access to particular clips to the police station.
So just like a security camera, essentially.
So instead of having to put it onto a USB thumb drive and then take it down to the police station, from the sounds of it in the app, you can just forward to police station.
Okay.
It's what this article is making it sound like.
Gotcha.
So it's not...
So that would be helpful, actually.
Yeah, so it's not a police-controlled security system. It's a, hey, we've added a button that just sends it to your local police station. Is what it
That would be
more.
interesting, yeah.
So one thing that had me curious is it an equivalent to just taking the file, sticking it in an email, and then emailing your local police department?
Yeah.
In which case, it'd be very easy to implement into almost every security system.
Yeah.
If, police stations accepted that type
Emails.
of... Yeah, emails. Just going to fax it to them.
Yeah. Fax a video. Oof.
It's going to be a couple images.
And take a long time. I think Ring's a cool concept, though.
I like the idea of it. I don't really like it because it's Amazon.
Yeah.
But otherwise...
I can understand that.
'Cause I'm more of an off-the-grid security type person. I would rather it not be cloud stored.
But the thing with security footage is it should be cloud stored, I think.
Really?
In case someone steals your on-site storage.
Now, do you think instead of being cloud storage, you should have an off-site storage?
You could have both, but if it's going to be cloud is off-site. That's all cloud is.
But it's not controlled by you.
Yeah.
Which means other people could have access to it.
Yeah. It's got to be backed up off-site for sure.
Yes, definitely.
Whether it's off-site or the cloud.
Otherwise, arson can just destroy it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Or
know-
the person could come in and actually steal the hard drive.
Yeah. I'm not for cloud storage on surveillance. For personal surveillance. Cloud storage for business surveillance or the police body cams, that's fine.
Yeah.
But-
A lot of surveillance systems don't record audio,
Which is stupid.
only video, because of the liability of sensitive data getting stored in the audio.
That's terribly stupid. I think if you were worried about sensitive data, then you should have a better security system.
A better security system?
For your sensitive data. Why would you be worried about sensitive data getting out from your security system? Isn't that what your security system
No, your
is?
security system is there for when someone robs you, not the people talking in your living room.
Yeah, so you're not just giving away your
The
security
security
footage, though.
system is not meant to protect your data.
Yeah, but it's not meant to give it away either.
Exactly, and therefore they don't record audio.
But you shouldn't have to worry about it recording you. Because what's it going to do? It's just storing it.
Yeah. But people can watch it back or...
But it's your security footage. No one should be looking at it. So the only people that should look at your security footage are people you trust, like your security team, or the local police, in which case, how private should it be?
You still can't...
You want it to be private enough that the police can't hear you, then it's probably illegal.
Not necessarily.
What, do you have an exception on mind?
No.
No. Because I can't think of anything that I would say that would be terrible enough that I wouldn't want it protected. They'd be like, oh no, the police can't listen to this. Because if the police can't listen to it, then chances are it's illegal. But if it's on your security footage, no one should see it. Except for the trusted people and...
But again, they can just come in and steal the box and go.
You can encrypt it.
You could encrypt it.
Then it's getting really technical.
Yes.
Nah,
Speaking of technical, Instagram influencers. Woohoo!
So I thought you would know a lot about this one.
From Cosmopolitan, yeah.
It's the only legitimate sources these days. So I heard you went swimming in a lake.
I have been swimming in a lake.
Have
Have you ever been swimming in a lake?
Have you been swimming in a lake in Spain?
Nope.
Oh, you're not a real influencer.
Nope.
But Instagram influencers are doing anything they can to be
Influential.
influential. There we go. That's a good word. 'Cause I was about to butcher a word.
Including swimming in a lake that is actually a toxic dump that contains World War II era waste. Gross! Exclamation mark.
Where? All right.
Right under the
Oh.
picture. So why are they doing it? Is it because the lake looks really nice?
Okay, it does look. We're going back to it. It does look really pretty.
Surrounded by mountains and filled with sparkling turquoise water, the Monte Nemi Lake in Galicia, Spain.
I know. I saw this and I just had to ask if you went there.
No, I've not been there. Scroll down and look at this picture of the dude diving in. It looks like a pretty nice picture. So I guess that's why, because it just looks cool. And then there's more pictures if you scroll down further.
Whoa, okay, I didn't see all
So it
these.
looks like people are just sharing pictures in front of this lake because it looks cool. Which, I mean, it does.
Yeah.
But it's not like there's no other lakes in the world
That look good.
that aren't a toxic waste dump.
Yeah. Oh, what you would do for a like. You'd stream every Monday night for 4 months.
Yes. And not even get a like.
Oh, we're close. That's pretty much all the news of the week.
Yes.
Anything I found interesting.
What do you mean? What do I think you found interesting?
That was all the news that I found interesting.
Oh, yes.
I'm not going to put news articles in that I don't want to talk about.
All right.
We got the
that
best
brings
part.
us to the meme of the week. Memes of the week, because I actually did get a meme.
Oh, you did.
I honestly forgot about it.
So mine's not too on topic for stuff this week,
Neither is mine.
but it does bring up a conversation.
Mine's funny.
It's probably not really a conversation because we're both going to agree on this.
I don't even remember what mine was, to be completely
Can we
honest.
open yours first?
Open yours first.
All right.
I feel like I had an intro for mine.
Here's mine here.
Okay.
Do this.
That's hilarious because I almost picked that meme. That's the meme
Yeah.
I was looking for.
Really?
Yes.
So it's from a Facebook post by MIT Technology Review. It says, who should a self-driving car kill? And then there's path A or path B. Should a self-driving car kill the baby or the grandma?
And so I'll go behind some like backstory on this before you scroll down.
Before I scroll down?
I guess, yeah. So this has been a dilemma that's been kind of in the computer science, I don't know if you want to call it industry, for a while.
But it's
Because someone has to program in there
who's more important?
who's more important to like
Yeah. Is it a successful doctor or is it a school bus of kids?
Yep. So, for example, if a self-driving car is driving down the road and then something falls off a truck in front of it, there's a motorcycle on the left and there's a car on the right. Should the self-driving car hit the car on the right because the car passenger is more likely to survive? Or should it hit the motorcycle driver
Right.
because because he drives a motorcycle? Because the self-driving car person will be more likely to survive, who is the owner of the self-driving car? Or because the motorcycle rider does not care as much about their safety because they're on a motorcycle. So should the self-driving car hit the other car, or should it hit the motorcycle?
Or should it just break?
Or if there's a motorcyclist with a helmet on and a motorcyclist without a helmet on, should it hit the guy with the helmet on because
Hit it without the guy.
he's more likely to survive, or should it hit the guy without a helmet on
Without the
because
helmet.
he doesn't care about his safety?
See, I should be programming these cars. These are very easy answers.
So this is kind of a dilemma because in a real life situation, something falls out of the truck in front of you. You got to make a decision,
yeah.
but you're not consciously making a decision. You're just reacting.
Yeah, it's reaction.
Whereas if you're programming a self-driving car,
you have all the time in the
you
world
have
make-
to decide.
Yep.
Who does this self-driving car hit? And so in this example, a car is driving along. Does it hit the baby or the grandma?
And then the top comment is, if you drift, you should be able to take out both of them.
I laughed when I saw that one.
Yeah, that got me really good.
And so the punchline totally has nothing to do with the backstory,
Yeah.
but it's just hilarious.
Yeah.
Which really is what makes a good joke, a punchline that you
Yeah.
don't expect.
Yep. Shock humor. Now, I was hoping there'd be some type of AI car news, but Tesla's not doing anything spectacular this week.
I saw that meme, man. I went looking for it and couldn't find it. All right, you can show mine. It's not terribly funny, but it's like,
teach her-
not to get your hopes up or anything.
Teach how to put a link into a doc.
Yeah. I don't even know. You probably have to right click it and.
Here we go. Oh, there's a image and image.
Yeah.
When you change, okay, when you change type password to type to see this. Wait, what?
Have you ever played around with HTML?
No.
Just for the fun of it, like, so if you go to a
You're gonna explain this
website.
one to me.
Okay. The punchline is the dude Tony Stark, who is just talking blibberish, basically.
Yes.
And people in movies love it because the hackers in movies always just talk blibberish.
Yep.
So that's kind of the funny part of the meme. But the top part is just a simple thing to do that can show you the password. So if you have a password field on a website that's auto-filled out, you can click on it and open up the inspect element, and you can change it so where you can actually see what the password is. So instead of the circle, it'll show you.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, I never knew that.
Yeah. So, I guess it's not quite as common that people know that as I thought. But the idea is that it's actually not that complicated, and he just talks blibberish and makes it sound a lot cooler than it actually is.
That's kind of cool, to be honest.
You want to try it? So open up.
No, I really don't want to try
No, it's fine.
Okay.
So just open up a blank web page. I'm not sharing it. Just like, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, okay, so we're not showing people.
Yeah. So just go to jmartmedia.com, actually. Or whatever you went to. Vistaprint, yep.
Because I don't know my password for it.
Okay.
In fact, I might not know my email.
Don't even worry about email. Just backspace out of your email so people don't see it. And then under the password, just type something. Or it could be a website that you don't normally have never visited. So you don't have any information out there.
Okay. You say JMart Media is a sign-in?
No.
Oh.
But we can... that could be more complicated. Let's see. Go to Spotify. We talked about Spotify earlier.
Cool. I don't have a Spotify.
So we're going to show you how to retrieve your password if you've got your password stored on your computer, but don't remember the password. So click login or sign up.
Do we want to screen share it?
Not yet. So from here on, you can screen share, I guess. Yeah.
All right, cool.
So under the password, just type in something. It can be gibberish. Don't type in your actual password because everybody's going to see it. And then, yeah, that works. And then press F12 on your keyboard, and that'll open up the inspect element. So you can see that on the right side of the page. Now click the little cursor thing. Yeah, right there. And click on the password field. Yep. And then on the right side over there, it should say type equals password. So change that from password to either nothing or to text. And we'll see what's actually underneath those circles. Yep, there you go.
Whoa, that's really cool.
Yeah. So if that's what I do if I ever forget my password. I've got it saved in Google Chrome, so I can just go back and retrieve my password.
I always just have to change it.
Yeah.
I really like this.
Yeah, but it is also a security issue because if you're on someone else's computer and they have their saved passwords
and they sign in
and they save their password, even if you're not signed into their account, you can go and you can actually grab their password.
That's really cool.
But not that I'm showing you how to hack. Maybe this video will get demonetized.
It's going to get maybe it gets monetized first.
Yeah. True that.
And to get demonetized, you have to get monetized.
Yes. But anyway, that's the idea behind the meme.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And you learned something new today, so good job.
Dang.
I guess that's all our news topics.
Yeah. Not too many exciting things happen in life, technology-wise.
You've been working on that home automation Raspberry Pi?
Oh, all day, every day. I've put in like 80 hours this week.
Wow.
On just looking at it.
Wow.
Haven't touched it. It's just going to sit there for the rest of time, to be honest.
I even forgot what projects I was working on. I guess the phone thing, right?
Yep.
Now that I figured out my phone can actually receive calls,
Yeah, now you don't need
it's
them.
taking a back burner.
Can't blame you. Get a Pixel 3a. There's another one sold.
Yep.
All right. That's all we got.
Well, that's it for this week. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week when we tech about tech things.
We're going to talk about them.